talk. We have walked the walk. Since I took office, we have helped more than 3 million additional students afford a college education with grants that go farther than they did before. The economic plan my opponent has would cut our investment in education by nearly 20%. It would cut those grants so deeply that 1 million of those students who we have helped would no longer get a scholarship at all. It would cut financial aid for nearly 10 million students a year. And keep in mind, they're not making these cuts to create jobs. They're not proposing these cuts to pay down the deficit. Governor Romney's proposing these cuts to pay for a new $5 trillion tax cut that's weighted towards the wealthiest Americans. Does that sound like a better plan for America? Does that sound like a better plan for you? A plan that says that we can't afford to help the next generation earn an education, but we can afford massive new tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires? A plan that says we can't afford our young people to offer our young people student loans because we've got to protect corporate tax loopholes? It's a vision that says we can't help young people who are trying to make it because we've got to protect the folks who already have made it. Michelle and I are going to be able to send Malia and Sasha to college. We don't need an extra tax break. You do. Their vision is wrong for moving America forward. It's not a vision you've got to accept. That's why November is important, and that's why I'm running for a second term myself. Governor Romney makes his time as an investor in the private sector the basis of his candidacy. That's how he says he's going to fix the economy. I was in the private sector. His economic plan makes one thing clear. He does not think investing in your future is worth it. He doesn't think that's a good investment. I do. That's what's at stake in this election. That's the choice in November. That's why we fought to make sure the interest rate on federal student loans didn't go up over the summer. We won that fight. Some of these Republican members of Congress would have allowed those rates to double, costing more than 7 million students an extra $1,000 a year. No. I said I want to extend the college tax credit that my administration created so more families can save up to $10,000 on their tuition over 4 years. They want to end that tax credit. That's the choice in this election. In 2008, I promised we would reform a student loan system that was giving tens of billions of taxpayer dollars to big banks and lobbyists instead of students. There are plenty of folks in Washington who fought tooth and nail to keep that system as it was. We kept at it. We won that fight. We used it to double grant aid for students. My opponent now wants to go back to the way things were. He wants to go backwards to the policies that got us in this mess in the first place. We're moving